Okay, we're going to multiply using the distributive property, and this is just saying that we can take the number that we are multiplying and kind of break it apart just to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to use the example 6 times 13. Well, I don't know what 6 times 13 is off the top of my head, but I do know that I can kind of draw it out on grid paper. So I'm going to go 6. We're looking at 6 rows of 13. So we have 6 going down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to go 13 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we're just going to connect it all up. And then from here, we can break it down even further. So I know that I can multiply 6 times 5 in my head. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Color all of this in. And I know that 6 times 5 in my head is 30. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So however many blocks you have in that little section is your answer to your multiplication problem. So our pink is showing 6 times 5 equals 30. And then we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. And I know that 6 times 8 is 48. So then I can now take my numbers and plug them in. And I have 30 times 48, and that's going to equal 78. So if we don't know our multiplication facts off the top of our head, even the 8s can be a little bit tricky. So another way that we can do it is we can break it down into place values. So I know that when I break 13 up into expanded form, it's like saying I have 1 10 and I have 3 1s. So I can then take these two numbers and I can multiply it by my 6. So I can do 6 times 10, and I can add it to 6 times 3. So I'm going to do my 6 times 10 in this color, and I'm going to do 6 times 3 in this color. So I'm going to go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go across 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know that there's 10 going across and I have 6 rows, so I can just, this is 10, this is another 10, so 10 and 10 is 20, plus another 10 is 30, 40, 50, 60. So I know that there is 60 squares in this. I've already counted down 6, and I can go over 1, 2, 3. I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And so now I can take 60 plus 18, and that's equal to 78. So I know that 6 times 13 equals 78. Sometimes we will get numbers that are way too big to try and graph on grid paper. So for instance, I have 5 times 143. So a way that I can do this is to take my 143 and break it up into expanded form. And when I break 143 up into expanded form, I have 100 plus 40 plus 3. Then I can take each of these numbers and multiply it by 5. So I have 5 times 100, close my parentheses, plus 5 times 40, close my parentheses, and 5 times 3. Well, 5 times 100. I know if I cover my 2 zeros, 5 times 1 is 5. And I uncover 2 zeros, so I need to make sure that I add 2 zeros. Now I'm going to move on to my next one. Drop my addition sign. I have 5 times 4, which is 20. I uncover 1 zero, and I add 1 zero. Drop my addition sign down. And then 5 times 3 is 15. So now if I add 500 plus 200 plus 15, I'm going to get my answer. And we can stack this up too if it makes it easier. So 500 plus 200 plus 15, making sure that I'm lining my place values up. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 1 is 1. And 5 plus 2, we have nothing right here, is 7. So I know that 500 times 143 equals 715. We can do this even no matter how many place values we have. So if our number was 3 times 1,256, I can then take my 1,256, because that's my bigger number, and break it up into expanded form, which would be 1,000 plus 200 plus 50 plus 6. Oops. Plus 6. I'll just rewrite that. Okay, so now I can take each of these and I can multiply it by my 3. So I have 1,000 times 3 plus 200 times 3 plus 50 times 3 plus 6 times 3. Okay, well, I know that I can cover my zeros and I can look at 1 times 3, which is 3. And I uncover 3 zeros, so I add 3 zeros. Put in my comma. 2 times 3 is 6. And I uncover 2 zeros, so I add 2 zeros. 5 times 3 is 15. Uncover a 0 and add a 0. And 6 times 3 is 18. So then I can take all of these numbers, I can stack them up. And I can add them up. And if it's easier to put placeholders in, we can stick zeros in so we make sure we have enough. The same amount of digits in every single number. We have 0 plus 8 equals 8. 0, 0. 5 and 1 is 6. 6 and 1 is 7. And 3. So now we know 3 times 1,256 equals 3,768.